and welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat. We're here at the 2022 MBH conference, and we're here at the hotel, so you may hear some hustling and bustling as there's a lot going on. But as a special episode, we get to sit at a real live fireside. And today I have a special guest with us. His name is Gary. So Gary, you want to introduce yourself? What's your name?
My name is Gary Smith.
And where are you from?
I'm from Colchester in Essex in the UK.
And what's your business name?
My business name is GS Contracts, Specialist Interior.
So that stands for Gary Smith, I guess.
Correct, yeah. It's as easy as that.
It's easy as that. And when did you start your business?
1987 as a sole trader, I left employment so many have done, deciding to go on their own, which is in 1987, and in 1992 we became a limited company. Very
cool. And what does your company do?
Our company is an interior manufacturer and contractor to the hospitality, leisure and commercial sector. So primarily, where we're staying and enjoying.
Right. We could beautiful hotel here.
Exactly. So
in the Lake District.
Yeah, they might approach us for an interior refurbishment.
Right.
So we'd come along and strip it out, manufacture the new components and bars and et cetera, and refurbishment and hand it back. So, and that process obviously varies.
So how have you been impacted with COVID? Because construction took a big hit during COVID, like so many other businesses. How were you impacted, and what's going on with you now?
Obviously at the time back in March 20, we literally, everybody was told to stop, and you sort of stopped and went home and then suddenly thought, well, hang on a minute, life doesn't stop. So
the bills keep coming.
Yeah, they do, yeah. And then we were live on projects like so many other people. We were in the middle of different projects, and at that stage, obviously, it was very mixed messages about. At that stage, there was conversations. I will see you in 2 weeks, and we'll see you in 4 weeks, and so that's how it evolved initially. So we had some clients were going, well, we want to complete. And we said, well, we just need to review how we can do that, because it started to become evident that there was a process, and of still maintaining work and who could work. So, but overall, the turnover plummeted. Lots of the projects disappeared altogether. The restaurant sector, which is one of our key sectors, became obviously unsure, unknowing, and very nervous. So new opportunities are those that we're going to, and we had a couple of those, do a new restaurant. That just disappeared altogether. We also, some of our clients are quick service providers. So they're like the Change, Pret and Itza and Paul and Coca di Mama, Costa Coffee, that type of thing. So in the city mile, they were just literally, it was derelict.
Yeah.
So it really was about stopping and then seeing, peering from behind and seeing what was happening and how it was going to settle, and just making it up not such making it up, but it was a little bit making it up as you go and dealing with circumstances you had to work within.
What's interesting is that, the average age of a company that comes on to MBH has close to 21 years of experience. You yourself have more than that. So it's interesting that when a crisis like that happens, right, which I don't think any of us have ever seen in our lifetimes,
no.
Right? But you've been through downturns before in markets, right?
Yep.
And so do you think your skills helped you pivot during this time? So, with new startups, they tend to just walk away or give up, right? But was that in your mindset, or what was going on?
No, it certainly wasn't in my mindset. It was a mammoth challenge because of the uncertainty of how we were going to, come out of it. Obviously, furlough came. The process of furlough was introduced, so that really just sort of, as I say, kicked it down the road. It was a challenge that totally different to a downturn in the market or anything else, or of '92 or 2008, the financial ones. I've always, in those instances, I've said, well, what recession?
Right.
Good companies survive anything because there's and that's how I've. But the problematic days, it's you go to bed broken and think it through and wake up with a plan.
Right.
Because you
That's a
can't
true
just run
entrepreneur.
away.
Right. And I think so. Now, when did you join MBH?
We joined MBH. I think the official date was July 20. So end of July 20.
20.
Yeah.
And that's right in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you find it beneficial joining MBH in the middle of COVID?
I think for me, obviously, coming from my background, not being academic and so forth, the whole process of PLC and business transaction, and what transpired to me was there is a different process and a broader process to what I understood. So it was quite exciting, and also it gave me a sense of being under an umbrella, being, shared problem, etc. At that stage, and also it gave me a better sense for and comfort to go forward. You didn't feel alone anymore. All of us within the group have been, as individual business owners, most of the time you don't have anybody else to talk to.
Right.
Unless you've got, other business owners that you're comfortable
And
sharing.
even at that, they're not as open to helping you, right?
That's very rare to find somebody that is as open
Right.
and as confident and confidential, etc., that you can share
Information.
and open up to. So you carry this around with you
All by yourself.
all by yourself.
Yeah. And for now we're out of COVID. What's going on with your company now? What's going on? Are you getting new contracts? What's business like for you post COVID?
Post COVID is initially the picking up on stuff that was going on pre-COVID, so that still existed, and you'd get a phone call from somebody you didn't dream in a million years that was going to carry on, and they're going to do it. So there, a lot of the things that got disappeared started to come back on the radar, but there was the challenge then of, the price that was sold at, the process, what was happening, actually picking up and remembering what we were doing.
Right.
So I think the initial challenge, the lot of the pre-COVID work became very different. Yeah. And I think it was a little bit more, it was more costly, more firefighting, and certainly more challenging to deliver. Yeah. And the clients clearly not wanted to waste their money at all. It was now really focused on, getting the money's worth.
Right. So is your business seeing an upward projection for 2022, or staying the same? Where are you for 2022 at this point with your company?
We are definitely seeing upward projection, and going forward. We through our whole years, we had a natural growth. Occasionally you get a blip, real good growth. But a natural growth throughout anyway. But I think our focus as a company is, since we've joined MBH and the support of Ian and Geisha, has given us a different structure and focus. You know, the like you've said about the length of time served with some of the companies, you've got a lot of experienced people that left or retired. So I realised anyway, prior to joining MBH and having the opportunity to do that, I was already looking for an exit strategy. And I wanted the company to carry on, you know.
The legacy.
A legacy, yeah. I was quite happy to see the company carry on and still be able to, you know, be involved in one manner or another and earn a wage from it and still contribute to, you know.
So if you were a company that was thinking about joining MBH, what advice would you give them?
See, I was introduced to MBH through somebody that approached me. So, so I was lucky in that I've met, you know, those that introduced me, we become very good friends and very comfortable and honest with each other. So that's sort of an unexpected bonus. So in joining MBH, I think it's just having a trust with those around you and those with MBH, because we're all very like-minded and within the company.
Right.
I feel there's a comfortable agenda where nobody's, you know, out doing, we're all there to help each other. Yeah, because I think as businesses, that's all we want to do, that we're there to provide.
You know, it's interesting. A lot of people talk about the help. You know, everybody wants to help, but this is genuinely helping, because when we help you or you help me, it all helps each other because of the way the model is working, right? So what would you say to an investor who might be thinking about investing in MBH? Why is it a good investment, do you think, being on the inside?
Being on the inside and seeing is it where we are now. I mean, it's the same conversation we were just having about what do we see 2022. Right. You know, we are at a position, for me, it's like the starting post. Right. It's going in one direction and that's upwards. Yeah. For all the businesses within it, therefore the company itself does. And, you know, the MBH is no different to us individually. But it's a business, so they're doing all the same things that we do, and we're all contributing to that growth because
individually we do
individually, that. Yeah. It's a win-win.
Right. And it's also the diversity among us, right? You're in the construction sector, I'm in the property sector, and you know that we have the educational and the vehicle, and that collaboration helps, especially when there's hiccups in the market, right? So it really does keep us balanced. Well, thank you so much, Gary, for joining us on this episode of Fireside Chat. I appreciate it. And for those that are listening, if you're interested in joining MBH, come reach out to us. It's a great company to belong to, where you keep your own company and your own, you can run it the way you want and be part of something that's so much bigger with collaboration, trust, and velocity. So thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Melissa J Shea, and thank you for joining us on Fireside Chat with MBH.